GM crypto news now here. It is March 3rd, and before I get into this video, please read the description below on the take of the shilling of the tokens. So let's talk about the price action of the majors. So Bitcoin has retraced the entire move from yesterday, ever since the news of Donald Trump, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, guys, we're going to make the crypto reserve," which we already knew he was going to do anyways, and it pumped because the market sentiment was so shit, and then they were wanting some sort of news, and Donald Trump gave it to it. And look at this candle. This is horrible, man. It retraced the entire move up, and it's pretty good probability that 85k, which it tapped, is the bottom. And if it's not that, then 80k, but most likely it won't go lower than 78, and most likely this is the bottom here, especially after all of these events. And the liquidation heat map wise, bottom really is showing a lot of support around 85k, and we've been hovering around here for a while, and there's more liquidity stacked up to the upside. So I would say in at least tomorrow we could see a green day. Maybe it's going to chop, instead of downwards, like higher back into the highs, maybe like 91k or something, and then probably a bit more chop. Maybe it's going to do a compressive move before we see some sort of another leg. But for now, we're most likely going to see some green on the coming day. So a lot of tokens are wrecked. So I just want to look at Ethereum, for example. Ethereum got absolutely destroyed. It went even lower before the pump, which is so fucking cooked. Not what you want to see, especially in what's supposed to be one of the most established altcoins. And now Ethereum still looks like some absolute poo-poo dog shit. And I can't really say. We're most likely going to have to see even more range trading before it wants to go higher. But it looks like Ethereum for now is just eternally doomed in this range. And yeah, it's just a mean reverting thing. Not really much to say there. Solana, on the other hand, also pretty much retraced the entire move. So I wouldn't say that it went lower than Ethereum. I mean, slightly, but the fact is everyone was so euphoric here, and I was saying, wow, well, I'm expecting some sort of chop downwards. I didn't expect it to completely fill the inefficiency, this whole gap. 89k for Bitcoin was honestly probably the best ideal scenario, and then it would be setting a higher low before a bit of a grind higher. That would have been the ideal scenario, but the fact that Bitcoin actually retested back into these lows here and filled the entire gap and did the BART pattern, well, that just shows that the market's not really ready for up yet, because we've been so down that we need some more sideways action before we can see an up only rally. So most likely it's going to be a pretty compressive price action, at least for Bitcoin. But as I said earlier, well, most likely we're going to see a bit more up before a bit more down, at least in like the super short term, like in the coming hours or at least Tuesday. So that's what I'm expecting. And times like these are pretty good times to pick up spot bags on majors or even alts, I would say. So talking about the altcoins, a lot of the tokens are red on the day. So AI coins are pretty much everything's red, dude. It's pretty sad to see, I suppose, but yeah, everything is red. They're pretty much following the Solana price action, and it's not because them being red from the narrative being weaker about alts, at least the meme coins and altcoins. It's because Solana went down. Because we have to go realize when Solana went up, everything was up. Like even the shitters, meme coins 30% up on a day, and that was because Solana went up. So the tokens that had the pairing to Solana went up as well. It wasn't because the meme coins had a new narrative. No, the meme coin and the AI narrative, like I still think AI is going to be the best narrative going forward, but at least the meme narrative, it still needs to go sideways before we can see some up only rallies. So I wouldn't be expecting anything too crazy from meme coins as yet. AI coins I still think could go before meme coins, like at least an up only rally, but something like this, it was attributed to meme coins, and it kind of shows that people aren't super interested in buying the altcoins just yet, even when we saw this huge price action upwards. And for the altcoins to be motivated to buy by people, so the altcoins we like to talk about, AI coins, meme coins, even, well, we have to see Bitcoin stop fucking us with this weird ass volatility and actually start doing a chop higher instead of this 10% wicks by the daily. This is not what you want to see in the meme coins, and we need to see that up only rally. Like imagine like here, for example, when Bitcoin was grinding from here, alts had a very nice run, at least the AI coins, and even here, right? But it's just been this bleed forever, and we thought, oh my gosh, maybe we're just going to get a V-shaped recovery all the way back up. No, we need to see it's form some sort of a sideways price action here before we can start an up only rally, like a grind higher like this, and that is the best price action for all. So we still most likely need to wait for that. And just to check them on the alts, well, I wouldn't say there's anything to say that everything is down. You want to check the ones that actually bounced the hardest when they bounced the other day. And if I were to say any of them, well, Altcoin and Butthole were probably one of the strongest bouncers. And I don't know what that reason is, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if I look at Farcoin's chart, it still looks bearish, and I still think it needs to retest this trend line somehow at some point. So I don't know. Something like this seems really, really risky in my opinion. But if you want to play the short-term trades, maybe it's not a bad idea. But a lot of tokens that are bottoming are much better risk reward, honestly. So I like this project still, the ARC project. And if we look at some AI coins, well, some of them are absolutely cooked. Acolyte was a very, very strong bouncer, by the way. So again, I'm not super sure. I think it's just maybe some market manipulation. If you still see the chart, it's still in this weird phase. I mean, maybe this could be one of those Ava moments and it's going to start another. But another tokens, if I were to point out another one, Ski was extremely strong the other day. Of course, everything is pulling back because of this price action here. So you want to look at the ones that bounce really hard, and those most likely are going to be the ones that are going to bounce even harder. Or if you still have some tokens that didn't bounce as hard, but you believe that they will bounce in the future harder. Like, for example, if I were to look at ARC didn't really bounce as hard as the other ones, but it's because we've been in this compressive price action and it's been in the same price roughly despite Bitcoin going down only. So I think ARC, for example, needs to digest a little bit more before we see either a break out to the downside or the upside. Most likely, if it goes out downside, it will probably be eaten up pretty quickly as it has done beforehand. Let's look at the tweets here. Justin, 250 million liquidated from the cryptocurrency market in the past 4 hours. Yep. A lot of people got super, super horny after that market pump, and they're like, oh my gosh, we're going to go into the moon. But no, we formed the Bart's pattern. So sucks. Everyone who bought 10 minutes after the post is now down bad. Yep. So Eric Trump, who is Donald Trump's son, I think, he was essentially saying, I love the genius of announcing a strategic reserve on a Sunday when traditional markets are closed and Wall Street sleeps. For the first time, retail investors win. Traditional finance better catch up or it will quickly become extinct. The world no longer runs on a month, Friday, 9 to 5. Yep, this was honestly a top signal. After he sent this tweet, we formed the Bart thing, but he's essentially being the biggest KOL, and this is honestly just horrible to see, man. So I don't really like how Donald Trump is doing this. Like, I like some of the things Donald Trump is doing for the country that I live in, but of course all of the crypto stuff he's doing with all the fuckery, with all the meme coins and his all these insider trading, I really don't like about this. So something like this is just scummy to see. And I mean, besides my own opinions on this, you can have your own opinions as well. This just sucks. So let's look at this. Justin, President Trump announces $100 billion investment from Taiwan semiconductor company TSMC in the United States. Yes, so there was a message about Donald Trump where he was going to apparently do some sort of investment. He's like, guys, I'm making an investment soon. And people thought it was going to be crypto, but he came out with this instead. I don't think this means anything for crypto. Maybe it was also a contributor to the price going lower ever since, like, I think it was like 2 p.m., right? And then just nuked downwards. Maybe it is. I'm not really sure, but let's look at this. Justin, total crypto market has experienced its second worst decrease ever just one day after its best increase ever, plummeting 350 million in 24 hours. Yeah. Absolutely insane to see, bro. Absolutely insane. Justin, anti-crypto Peter Schiff, says President Trump helped pulled off the biggest crypto rug pull of all time and calls on Congress to investigate. Yeah, he was talking about Donald Trump making a meme coin, and he was like essentially rugging him or glazing him somehow, or anti-glazing. I don't know what I'm saying, but he was essentially flaming him. And he was like, guys, this guy is literally a scammer. What are you guys doing? And Donald Trump, like, again, I have my opinions on this, but interesting to see. But look at this guy. He made 5.2 million from crypto scams yesterday to try to get into the advantage. Here's the untold story of his rise and fall. So I'm just gonna go through a story time of a KOL 6ix9ine who is also a rapper. He was doing some crypto shit, and I'll give you guys a story about this. Maybe you can learn something from it, just as a filler in this video, because honestly, crypto Twitter is pretty bland right now. Everybody's in the "we are so over soon," which usually is a bottom signal. So let's look at this. 6ix9ine is a rapper known for his song Gummo and Legal Troubles. He got into crypto in 2021. Just like that, his first scams began. Yes, with an S as in multiple rugs. His first one, Dummy Boy. This was peak NFT bull market. He hyped it up, promised exclusive perks, and sold out 432,000 worth of NFTs. The art objectively ugly, and the promised utility never delivered. But that didn't stop him. Next up, Trolls, another NFT collection, another fake roadmap. People sent 4 million, and just like that, collection rug and 6ix9ine deleted all his tweets. So what did he do next? He dropped a fake apology and promised to make things right. How? By launching another NFT collection. Because clearly people hadn't lost enough money yet. He called it Gain. This time, he promised even more utility, but he got greedy. He set the mint price at 0.13 ETH for 6,969 NFTs. That's 2.6 million at the time, and in the market that was already dying. Of course, he didn't sell, but people still minted 552 NFTs, making him another 211K. Out of 12 promised rewards, he only delivered 1. They tried relaunching it with a 7% discount and floor sweeping, but it failed. And that was the end of 6ix9ine's NFT scams. But then came the coins. They came 2024 to celebrate meme coin mania, and guess who was ready for another grift? This time it was Dummy Coin. Yes, almost the same name as his first NFT rug. This time he promised exclusive utility for holders again. Didn't even tell you what happened next. Yep, he rugged. He then showed several more coins that went to 0, like the Skull Drill in 1. This is like he tried one more time. He hopped up another coin, pumped it up, and then people started buying. He rugged it and deleted all tweets, but this time people caught on. He only got away with 45K. 3 NFT scams, 2 meme coin rugs. Will he ever stop? Let me know in the replies. Yep. This guy is basically a rapper and a super scammer, super rugger. So stuff like these, just be cautious, right? Be cautious if you buy any celebrity tokens. Know who the person is behind it. If you're buying 6ix9ine's token, then you're essentially donating. You might as well just donate to charity at that point. So just keep that in mind. And that's pretty much all I'm saying in this video. Basically, to summarize, we might see a little bit more short-term upside on perhaps a Bitcoin here. Most likely it's bottom at 85K here, and that would be nice. And I was just saying earlier, most likely we'll see some sort of compressive price action, a bit of a chop. Most likely we could see on a bit of a higher time frame, some sort of a choppy range like this before we send another candle higher, maybe at the 100K based off the liquidation heat map here. But that's pretty much all I want to say in this video. And a dodge here, we can buy the dip. I wouldn't really say you can descale that slowly because most likely it's bottom. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say in this video, and I'll see you guys.